It's our top story at noon. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for watching today. I'm Kiyerra Lake. Today's funeral is for Ariel Anderson, and she was one of the 3 students killed on campus last week. Nate Salazar is here for you now with more on her service and how she's being remembered today.
We do know that there's FBI who is currently on scene. We saw a bomb squad come in. They were completely in tactical gear. I see them right now. They're at Berkey Hall going from window to window. Josh says he's in front of Berkey Hall. The building's completely dark, but you can see them turning on the lights of each room just so that they're going in and they're checking those areas. And I imagine that's what's going on across campus right now. I'm terrified for them to just know a student as a freshman. And I think about my time when I got to Michigan State as a freshman, and I was excited, to go to East Lansing, and I was excited to be downtown and go to all the dorms. So to hear these dorms, these are no longer tied to those good memories that I had at this moment. I put in a call to Sparrow Hospital, and I talked to one of their officials there. They couldn't confirm if they're getting students, if they're getting any victims at this time, but he said once he gets to the hospital, he will continue to keep me updated. As you know, Sparrow is not too far away from Michigan State University. We're seeing East Lansing fire ambulances at this scene. We're seeing multiple ambulances rushing to this scene. Right now, we're just working to confirm how many victims there are. And I know when you go to Michigan State University, you're just excited to meet friends. You're excited to start your life. You're by yourself. You're away from your family. In this moment, did you think that you'd be sheltering in place and having to barricade yourself in your dorm?
Well, unfortunately, with the reality of our country, it's something definitely comes in your mind.
Again, we'll have more updates. Now, where you are, Audrey, I know you said Acres Hall, but is that over by the Wharton Center where you are?
It is right across the street from the Wharton Center.
What you're seeing right now is kind of a breakdown of Michigan State campus. As you can see, Berkey Hall is right there. It's next to Grand River Avenue. That's where this all started at. Later on, police got a 911 call that there were more victims of a shooting happening at MSU Union, and that was the last place that the suspect was reported. Anywhere on campus, we're just asking you to stay safe right now. All of campus is blocked off according to the Michigan State police troopers. They're all just trying to make sure we can find this person. And again, the last place you see off of MSU Union, when you're leaving that area, you go straight to Grand River or Michigan Avenue. So you're kind of going into the city at this point, unless they're going into campus. So I can imagine why police blocked off that area immediately, just because there's so much open space. So even if you are on campus, I know you want to leave, you kind of want to run to your family, but even parents who are rushing to this scene right now, your kids just need to shelter in place. So right there is Berkey Hall, and that's where police say that this all started, that there was an active shooter at 818. And when we go down just a little bit, you pass right here, this is the Union, so not far away, and that's where we had a confirmation of more victims at MSU Union. And if we back up just a little bit more, you can see all of campus right here. Now over on Bogue Street, I believe that's where Audrey was, that's where Acres is, and that's what we heard from those 2 students who were told to shelter in place across the street from the Wharton Center at a parking garage.
Well, we continue to follow updates about an officer-involved shooting that happened earlier this month in Lansing. 33-year-old Stephen Romero was shot and killed by police on December 1st, and lawyers for his family are about to announce a $100 million lawsuit against the city and LPD. And U.S. GOP Congressman Tim Walberg of Michigan is now under fire after he voiced support of a controversial anti-LGBTQ law in Uganda that includes the death penalty. Take a look at your screen. It's happening in downtown Lansing. That's at Large Street near Jackson Field, and this is from a supposed multiple vehicle crash. But we do have our 6 News crew on scene right now, and we just learned about this situation within the past about 20 minutes, so it's very active. As you can see, there was ambulances when I was looking at the screen earlier, as well as a fire truck in the area. So something we imagine is pretty serious happening in that area. So if you are around Large Street and also Michigan Avenue, you may want to avoid that section of road if you can. We actually just found out about that crash on I-94 in Jackson County, where Michigan State Police say a vehicle actually swiped another, and a car then stopped on the roadway, which a semi hit and caused that vehicle to roll over. Yeah, so MSP says thankfully there are only minor injuries, but that's causing both those lanes to be shut down.
That explains it.
So a large cleanup happening in that area. Find a different route. Now we do have team coverage in 2 locations. As you can see behind me here, McCoy Scribner is live, but we're going to start now by the high school with our 6 News reporter, Nate Salazar. Nate, what can you tell us?
We have new information to share surrounding the deadly mass shooting at Michigan State University last month. Starting next week, the union where some of the students were hurt and killed is set to partially reopen. His name is Camden David James Johnson. There he is right there on your screen. And he has dark brown, air-length hair and was last seen wearing only a pull-up dinosaur diaper at his home. As we kick off the celebration of Black History Month here at WLNS, it's only right that we acknowledge some of the Black women who made history within recent months.
I know, Audrey, thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Now, I know it's a big game. It's our first game of the season, but, you know, what are we expecting from Central tonight? Our own meteorologist, Katie Nicolau, she actually used to be in the band, and she has a special preview going on before we hear from the Spartan Marching Band. What's going on down there? You know, Sienna's probably like agreeing with us right at the studio, because it's just like when you find that bag of money, I know that God is going to bless me in some way, and this is the way that he decided to do it.
I'm not blocking my blessings.
He's been punished. He had to turn himself into the
I'm not
police.
blocking my blessings. Okay, Sienna, I'll learn from you.
Right?
Good.
All right, we appreciate it, Sienna.
Hi, I'm Kiyerra Lake, and I'm in front of the WLNS studios here in Lansing because it's the 16th annual Day of Giving. And as you can see, I have a pretty big truck here behind me. And Kirsten, we're here to fill this truck. Now, what donations do you guys need for today? You'll be helping out your neighbors, your friends, your family in the greater Lansing community if you help us fill this truck. Now, if you can't make it, you can always donate online at WLNS.com, and we hope to see you down here. And some people decorate their lawn with traditional holiday lights, but one house right here in mid-Michigan is taking their holiday decorations to a whole new level or whole new galaxy. 6 News reporter Ray Sherman, she joins us now live with the best display in Lansing. What's going on, Ray? Tim, thank you so much for joining us. And more than one poll now suggests President Biden's chances at re-election, at least among Michigan voters, are in trouble. So can you tell us what's behind these numbers? We talked with the governor about growing Michigan's population, and it sounds like you would need a strategy that will last more than 3 or 4 years. How much power does the governor have when it comes to moving the needle? Meet Hemi Sugarplum, a big, chubby-cheeked 2-year-old guy who came to the shelter when his owner unfortunately moved out and left him behind. Isn't that so sad? Look at, he's like curious about what's going on. So he's actually finding the shelter a bit scary right now. So he's going to need someone to kind of warm him up, be patient, give him time to settle.
Things like this.
Evelyn Punches had trouble logging on to a Zoom interview with me to talk about her experience. So instead, I called her on FaceTime and I recorded our interview on my iPad, which is why the audio may not be the best.
If you have a commute on Friday morning or have to go anywhere Friday morning, you're going to want to budget some extra time.
Yeah, to be careful, just in time for you to make your way out of here so people can't blame you for
Exactly right. I did that by design. But people want to jump into spring. You got to remember that winter driving, because it's going to come in handy tomorrow.
And it's going to be bad tomorrow because it's going to come in through the evening while people are asleep.
It's going to be hard for the plows to keep up.
We're going to wake up to a nightmare tomorrow, guys. All right. The specimen found is of biological origin and are still unable to confirm what it is until it can be moved into a laboratory setting.
Gold, by the way. That's what makes this random.
And
right?
you know what? Just a few weeks ago, we were hearing about aliens.
I know, right?
And then now all of a sudden we find
Is
this
this it right there?
gold specimen that is in the water and they don't know what it is. And I'm just like, oh.
You look at like little 2 eyes. Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, let me put my little foil hat on because I'm putting 2 and 2 together. All right, Kendall, it's good to know the weather's going good. I'm going through a bug situation, so I'm not good over here. You saw me. That was why she was giggling underneath her breath, but I am grossed out. It keeps coming back. I'm like, where is it?
So thankfully, the one good thing is when the cooler weather settles in, some of those bugs won't really
go away.
Yeah,
they'll
go away.
Yeah, because I'm terrified over here.
Still a lot that we can appreciate today.
Yeah, above average temperatures, no snow. We were able to drive around without these potholes. There's a lot to be grateful for.
The potholes is a big one. I forgot about that one.
Exactly, Kendall. We appreciate it.
Reminder, if you're watching us on WLNS CBS Mornings is next. If you're viewing on WLAJ, it's Good Morning America.
And I'll see you at noon, but not with this guy.